Hello, you existential problems in the making, and welcome to the test Hypothesis Rising, the second in the test series. I didn't even know this was actually made yet. I honestly thought it was still in production until I saw the Markiplier video earlier. Now, it's currently 3 AM once again. I've just finished recording the newest full playthrough of Stellaris, and it's time to once again get existential and to get introspective. So, let's see what the test has in store for us. Now, a quick content warning, this type of video may have some adult themes. I only warn you because the channel is so family friendly, and it's probably nothing major, but go in with that in mind. Because there's weird questions here, and hopefully we'll learn something about myself, about the world, and about potatoes. So, let us begin the test. It is 3 AM currently, my mind is already melty. Before experiencing the test Hypothesis Rising, it is highly recommended you've played the prequel, which I already have. You will stand to gain a lot more from this experience if you played the test first. Yep. Okay, yep, still going all with that, and I've already played the test. Wonderful news, we can continue. This time as well, I'm happily completely spoiler-free in the test 1. Okay, little Skullman. Ooh. Handsome Skullman. Hello there. Hello, Fate. Hello and welcome to my office. It's truly a pleasure to see you here today. Yep, there's a lot of blood behind you. You're remarkably clean. Please excuse the mess. I haven't had a chance to clean up yet. But like I was trying to say, I am actually completely spoiler-free this time. Last time, the first few questions I did watch before realising actually I want to take this test myself. Now, I don't want to take up too much of your time with blibber blabber and nonsensical speak, so I'll just get straight to the point. Sometimes we have to ask ourselves life's tough questions. There's one question in particular I'd like you to ask yourself. Are you happy? Yeah, moderately. When I say happy, I don't mean content. Being content is great, but it's not the same as being happy. I want to help you. I want to inspire you to be the best that you can be. You should inspire me in the real way. I want to inspire you to be the happiest version of yourself. I want to see you grow inside and out. Okay then. Give me some cake. Now, how do we accomplish this, you might be asking? Good question. Allow me to explain. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and you're going to answer them with 100% entire honesty. And when I say 100% entire honesty, I mean 100% entire honesty. I was honest last time. Think about it. You do want to be happy, don't you? You wouldn't want to do something as so bold as to tempt fate by lying, would you? See, that just seems like a threat with the happy thing. If I've said I'm already happy and then you say you want to be happy, right? It sounds like you're about to take that away. Just remember, if you lie, the only person you're lying to is yourself. The only person who will suffer from this is you. And believe me, you will suffer. Not to mention the fact that whether you tell the truth or not, I'll know. But that's another story. Let's be moving on, shall we? I've wasted enough time explaining what we're going to be doing. What was actually the name of the character in the first one? I can't remember. Just because Fate is such a memorable name. Just remember, we all want to be good people. We all want to give the answers that we feel lend the most desirable human traits within ourselves. But sometimes good people do bad things. I was honest about that before. And sometimes we don't always have desirable traits as humans. I cannot express enough just how important it is to be truly honest while answering these questions, no matter how uncomfortable the truth may make you. Now, it's time to get to the real meat of this experience. It's time for you to get the advice that you deserve. As you read the questions and scenarios, during the that could just be the same as before. I want you to create your own the whole, if you haven't experienced something, make your own scenario, explain through that and answer that question. Got it. If you've never experienced... Yeah, that is literally what I just said, thank you. I'd like to invite you to pour a glass of water. Actually, I have this lovely Japanese drink, so with a little marble in it. And relax as we unfold your fate and the secret to overcoming the next hurdle in your life. We're going to start with some basic, easy questions. Also, I was really loud, I just realised next to the microphone. Ooh, hello, music. If you answer these questions twice, your advice may change. It's not just about answering the questions, it's about many different variables. Many different factors are at play here, including the amount of time taken to answer proposed questions. With that being said, it's more important to actually take your time and think about how honest an answer you're giving before giving it. Whatever you do, do not rush the process. Time is your best friend here. You'll see what I mean soon enough. And here we go. Do I get a question? There we go. Do you feel uncomfortable right now? Well, it is 3 AM. I'm a little bit jittery at the moment, but no, not really. Are you nervous? No. Do you feel cold? No, I almost never feel cold anyway. Do you feel sad? No. Have you ever hurt someone because you were hurting, even though they didn't deserve it? Yes. I explained this in the previous one. During my very early teens and those kind of formative years, because of my speech impediment and melting health problems and other stuff, I did feel that the galaxy was a bit unfair to me, and I lashed out a little bit. I was definitely a bit more petty. Petty would be the word I want to use there, but I worked on myself very much so in my early teens, and I've got to a place where I'm very happy with myself. But yes, at that point, I definitely have. Do you crave acceptance by others? Not really. I'm very self-contained when it comes to my actions and what I want from life. Weird to say as a YouTuber, I now realise that. Yes, give me your acceptance. Feed me with it. But at the same time, it's not an overwhelming urge. So it's somewhere in between, I'd say, because of my job. But no, I don't. Have you ever lost a loved one? Sadly, far too many. Do you know what heartbreak feels like? No. I'm in a very long-term relationship right now, and that's going absolutely fantastically. And any partner I've had in the past has always ended amicably, so no. Just a matter of moving away from each other. Do you believe in demons? No, not at all. Do you believe in curses? No. Would you consider yourself to be spiritual? As I explained in the previous video, yes, I came from a very Christian background with my grandparents, at least. But I never really fit with that for numerous reasons. But I've always found myself to be spiritual, yeah. Are you afraid of dying alone? Yes, one of my only, lifetime fears. As I explained in the previous one again, I don't plan on having children, it's not something I desire, and I have a very close-knit family, very small close-knit family, very close friend circle. I could be the last one, and that does scare me. If there was undeniable proof of the ghosts haunting you, would you continue to live in your home? First of all, thank you. I've always wanted to see a ghost and always will. I don't understand the fear of that concept, because if you see a ghost, it is undeniable proof of an afterlife. And thank you. I would love to know that. Plus, I've been here for 5 years now. The ghost clearly isn't causing any problems. So no, I'd stay here and actually want to get even more proof. Maybe start selling tickets. Have an attraction here. It's a ghost. Have you ever seen an object mysteriously move without being touched? No. Do you believe it's possible for a game to summon supernatural forces into your life without you knowing it? No, of course I'd know it, but also no in general. Would you like to make more friends? No. Close-knit friend group, I'm a good friend and everything, in my opinion. Obviously, not humble brag, just a brag. I'm very tired. But no, I would not like to make more friends. I'm very happy with the amount of friends I have, thank you. At least closer. See, when you say friend, I think you mean someone who you keep in contact with not constantly, but regularly, and have them in your life. I don't need more of those. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? Ha! I just said that. Do you feel lonely? No, not the slightest. Oop! That actually made me jump, and I hit the screen. Slap the screen. I am talking to you. Do you make friends easily? Yes. I make a good first impression, apparently. Do you tend to avoid drama where possible? Yes. I'm a very laid-back kind of person on this. I very much try to be, and drama ain't very good for that. Have you ever had a near-death experience? I've died twice, mate, so yes. For more details, see the test 1. Do you like horror movies? Yes. This is all very interesting. Have you played the test? Yes. That's the spirit. Have you played the horoscope? I don't know what it is. I'm guessing it's one of your games, but no. Give it a whack. I'm totally not biased or anything. No, I don't, and this is just being honest here. It's never really been my thing. Look, I was honest about questions before, a lot similar to this, but no. Would you consider yourself to be a hard worker? Yes, I do. I get obsessed with what I do, regardless what it is, work included. So yeah. Do you have a low opinion of yourself? I think I have a healthy opinion of myself. Some people do say I have a low opinion of myself. I get that a lot, actually. I think it's just... I don't know. Maybe I'll take after my grandfather. He was the same. He never put himself on a pedestal, and my grandfather helped raise me. A lot of my quirks, a lot of my personality comes from my grandfather. and maybe it's just the Britishness as well of my upbringing, but I've never been one to brag about myself or put myself ahead of other people. It's just not something I find comfortable. But I don't have a low opinion of myself. I think I have a healthy opinion of myself. I know what I am. A potato, but I know it. So no. Would you consider yourself to be a confident person? Oh, I don't know how to answer this one, because in interviews, I've been told I'm very forthcoming, and see, it's all from what people tell me, because I don't really know. I don't feel like I'm that confident, but I also feel like I do know how to put myself forward, and I do trust in my abilities, and that's the big thing there. I trust in what I'm going to be able to do, and I just do it. So, moderately yes, it's somewhere in between, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I've had 9 interviews in my life, and I only know this because I've had 9 job offers. No, sorry, I've had 10 job offers. Yeah, I know what I'm good at, I know what I'm bad at. There's a lot of the latter, but I also know what I'm good at. Would you help an old lady cross the street, even if you were running late from the point? No. Being honest, 100% honesty. I will go out of my way to help people. When the storm hit a few weeks back in the UK, I actually helped, save is far too strong a word here, but I don't know what word I want to use. Assist a woman who got stuck on a bridge because of the wind. Essentially, it was going over a river. The wind gets stronger and stronger as you get to the centre, but it's hard to tell. And there's this poor old woman just completely stuck against a railing, just being pelted by wind. And I had to run out there and grab her and try and take her back and let her grab my shoulders. And the wind was so strong, I was almost falling over, and I'm a stocky person. It was... Yeah, so I will do that kind of thing. I always... At least I try to. That's the thing. I try to do that. It's not something in my nature, but I try to go out of my way to help people because I want to be that person. But I'm also horrendous when it comes to timekeeping. I always want to be on time. I always want to be early to things. I hate being late. If I say I'm going to do something at this time, I will do it. It's a personality trait of mine. Always has been, always will be. So no, I'd hope someone else would help them, and I'd hope it'd be okay. It depends on how severe it is as well. If she is, like, stuck in the middle of the street, I probably would try and help, but in general, I'm going with the scenario. She's waiting at the side of the road to get across. I wouldn't. Would you kill all of your neighbour's pets just to save one of your... Oh. I do love my pets. But it's a weird question. Okay. So, I have a lot of pets I would never say yes for this for. I have tarantulas, I have scorpion, I have a lot of small pets, I have giant land snails, which are getting ridiculously big now on a side note, like a hand and a half full. But I also have pets like my dog back in England, and I'm getting a dog as soon as we move, which should hopefully be this summer, and I get very attached to those, so I would probably kill a lesser pet to save my doggo, so there are definitely circumstances where I would say yes, and as long as there are circumstances that say yes, yes. I would kill someone's fish to save my dog. Because that fish had a knife, and it attacked first, and it's reasonable. But yes. Also, just to save one of your own. It's complicated. 99% of the time I'd say no to this, but it's gonna be yes, so yes. Have you ever tried to smother yourself with a pillow to see if you could actually suffocate yourself? That is very specific, and annoyingly yes. Just to see what would happen. Have you ever been caught dancing and you thought no one's watching? No, I just don't dance, even when I'm by myself. Have you ever tried to roll your eyes back so far just to see... Oh, I just realised I should have been trying to pay attention to the starter of these letters. The starter letter of these messages. But also, no, very specific and no. H and H again, so that's anything. Have you ever played a practical joke you regret pulling on someone? No, I'm not really a practical... Yes! Oh my god, yes! Teenager, I heated up a spoon and replaced a cold spoon someone was using. I thought I'd only heated it up enough that it'd be weird, you know, so why is the spoon warm? Ha ha ha. No, I made that thing scalding hot, and they almost burnt themselves. They touched it and thankfully moved away fast enough and straight under a cold tap. I then touched it myself. It was boiling hot to the touch. So yes, I think that's the only time I've played a practical joke and it almost caused burns. But yes. No, I'm not live streaming right now. Ha. Well played. Well played, sir. If I told you that I was watching you play this game right now, would you believe me? No, I'm not live streaming. if you left a comment for me at any point in time, I've read your words. Does this bother you? No, because A, I haven't left a comment for you, but also, I'd hope you read. I mean, I read like 90+% of all comments on my channel. If you've left a comment, I've probably read it. So, you know, leave a comment on this video. Helps channel, helps out me, helps out the game. That's not my outro. I just got my outro wrong. Whew, I'm tired. But no, it doesn't bother me. I'd want you to. If you left a comment for me, does it make you feel positive that I've paid attention to what you've... I mean, I haven't left a comment, so it doesn't mean anything. I mean, yeah, it's positive when a creator reads something you've read for them. I leave comments all the time around YouTube, and every single time I have someone underneath comment the same thing. What are you doing here? I am actually a human. I still love the fact that people take the time to comment on my comment, though. It's a weird experience being a YouTuber, I tell you. Especially someone like me who's a bit more introverted. I mean, no, just because I haven't left a comment. Okay. Thing is, this question's being asked after the last one, so I'm going to say yes, because I'm assuming what it means is if... No, because how it's worded, it is from the perspective of if you have left a comment, so no, I haven't left a comment. Do you understand that no matter what, I appreciate you? Aw, Fate. No, because Fate can be a real pain in the butt sometimes. I almost said very many bad words then. I really do. You see, now I'm actually personifying you as actual Fate, the concept. Are you afraid of snakes? Used to be. Now I have 2 pet ones, so no. Do you believe in magic? No. Have you cried last month? Yes. To see why, watch the test number 1. Do you have a hero? I'm not a hero worshipper. I've never understood that mentality personally, but I did have a hero which has sadly passed away, which would be the late and great Total Biscuit, which I had the pleasure of meeting 5 or 6 times. He gave me some great advice for YouTube and just in life in general, and was a really pleasant guy to talk to. I'd say it's the only time I've ever really idolized someone, and he was actually the inspiration for me to get into YouTube. But no, I don't have a hero currently. Again, I'm not much... I mean, there's a lot of people I respect greatly. For instance, Markiplier is a creator with such a work ethic. Like, I wish I had his work ethic, and I also wish I had his muscles. And looks in general. And now it just goes on a weird Markiplier rant, but... no, I don't really have a hero. Lots of people I respect, especially in the YouTube and creator space, but none I would consider a hero, just because I'm not a hero worshipper. I'm not someone who puts people on pedestals in general. Do you typically learn from your mistakes? Yes, it's a point I make. Do you enjoy outdoor activities? Yes, very much so. Would you consider yourself to be lazy? No, I think I've got a decent work ethic, to be perfectly honest. Lately, I am trying to take more me time for my own mental health, but I wouldn't consider myself to be lazy in this life. I'm always doing something. I'm not someone who can just do nothing, except for when I'm on vacation. If I'm on a holiday, the main thing I seek out is to do nothing, is to relax, is to be zen in the moment. I'm not someone who is a thrill seeker or goes out my way for super travel, you know, when you go to an unknown place and explore the area. Also, you look so cute down there on the side, man. Sorry, being distracted. But in day-to-day life and work, etc., no. Do you sometimes find it difficult to stay motivated? Yes. My whole job revolves around being motivated and self-motivating. Yeah, there's days where I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do this, but... yeah. Do you put the needs of others before yourself? Sometimes to a fault, honestly. Yeah, I get a lot of happiness from the happiness of those around me, to be perfectly honest. And that can lead me to neglecting my own health for others. That has been the case in the past. But I'm not really... it's weird, because I'm saying a weird thing next. I'm not what I would consider a people pleaser, but I also like people to be happy around me, people close to me. Like, I won't do something that will make me super uncomfortable, but I will push myself for people. So I guess I am a people pleaser in an extent. Well, I don't like that term, though. But yes. Would your family and friends describe you as kind? Yes. That's actually why my fiancé got with me. It's not one of the first things she said about me. So, weird story. My fiancée said she fell in love with me when she was round my house and I was taking care of our elderly guinea pig, and I spent an hour or so just doing all the little things I had to do to make them comfortable and healthy, etc. Because, of course I did. It's a really old guinea pig. It lived to a ridiculous age, and I love that thing. Oh, Smeagol. It was the cutest little guinea pig. Anyway, So people would probably describe me as kind just because of how I treat animals, to be perfectly honest. I mean, that alone. So I'd say they would just... I'm not saying I would consider myself to be kind, but other people probably would. No, never cheated in a relationship. I certainly hope not, but not to my knowledge. Would you consider yourself to be judgmental? I do make snap... Yeah, again, being honest. I do make snap judgments of people, but at the same time, I try my best. So there's the thing. My nature is yes, but I try to work on myself. That's a big thing for me over the last, like, 10 or so years. I've always tried to be better, because I wasn't good in my early years, to be perfectly honest. And I want to be a better person for the world and for myself. So my nature is yes, but I keep an open mind and try not to let it cloud my judgment. Being judgmental clouds your judgment, but you know what I mean. I'm going to say yes, though I work around it and try and put my best foot forward. I paint myself in a bad light, but it's true. I mean, again, honestly. I see. Are you a hero to someone else? I want to say no, but I've been told countless times by people I'm their hero. I'm sure they're just saying it to be nice to me because they like my content, but I'm sure someone would say yes, and I don't know why. Get a better hero, I am a potato. You shouldn't idolize a potato. So, again, being honest, I've got to say yes, but I don't like the concept of heroes all that much, and I doubt they're being honest about that. Yes. Do you love animals? Obviously. Have you ever found a family member on Tinder and wanted to hit them with a super light just to... Look, mate, I've never been on Tinder. I've been lucky with the relationships I've been in to just get them. Just luck. Pure, unbridled luck. So no, for many reasons. Okay, Fate. You okay, mate? Maybe we should be asking you a few questions. Yes, I do. No, it's not Saturday. It is Saturday. Later. Well, that makes one of us. Yep. Do you like the phrase, sneaky snake? Yes. Are these questions a bit strange to you? No. Do you have a vivid imagination? They have a good humour to them, the questions. I'd say I do have a vivid imagination, yeah. Do you feel uncomfortable in large... Okay, so... In large social settings. Sorry, I keep half-reading things and then stopping. I don't like large social settings. I find them massively draining, but at the same time, I'm good in them. I'm decent in them. I can hold court. I can talk to a few people. I can hold my own for a while, but not. I don't want to most of the time. It's not an enjoyable thing for me. My kind of activities is, again, close-knit friends, doing something fun, going on a ramble, going camping. I don't know, relaxing. It's not. I don't like parties. I don't like gatherings like that. So I'm not uncomfortable in them though. No, uncomfortable's too far. I don't know why camping and going on a ramble was the two things I just went with then. I think I'm just thinking of the outdoors at the moment because I really do want to go camping or something. I haven't been in like just the outdoors, the wilderness, in so long at this point. It's driving me a bit mad. Both of my last vacations were like city breaks. And like my childhood was, we used to have a camper van and we used to go on like basically a mini holiday almost every weekend because it was cheap. Rather than big holidays, and that's kind of what I like to do. Anyway, would you consider yourself to be antisocial? No. So what nature? Do you hold a grudge for long periods of time? Yes, it's a failing of mine, but I will. Okay, here's the thing. It takes a lot, and I mean a lot, to get me annoyed, but when I'm annoyed at someone, or upset at someone, I will, if I feel like it's justified, I will hold that grudge. It's not to say they can't break through that grudge, or I can't forgive, but just because it was a long time ago doesn't mean you're forgiven by default. That's how I treat it. Am I saying this is a good way of thinking? No. Am I saying it's healthy? No. Am I saying that's who I am? Yes. Have you ever urinated in public? Yes. Yes, I have. Do you like pineapple in your pizza? Okay, now, people, don't people, no, put the pitchforks away, please. It's not something I'd choose. But a couple of years ago, I had pineapple on my pizza, and it was a really high-quality pizza from a lovely place, and honestly, it was enjoyable. I can see why people would have it. I would never choose it myself. I can think of a million better toppings. Okay, that may be a bit of a stretch. I can think of toppings in the dozen. I would definitely prefer. But, yeah. Also, I'm now lactose intolerant anyway, so pizza is a fond memory of mine, because I became lactose intolerant in my mid-20s, because life is cruel, and fate is cruel. But I'm gonna have to say yes, because I do enjoy it. I knew I liked you. Would you consider yourself to be selfish? No, I'm not selfish. Do you think you got a big ego? I don't think so, no. Would you consider yourself to be... Look, you've asked this before and I said yes, okay? Have you... Have you ever done that into a fishbowl? No. Well then, you can't be that... Okay, mate. Friendo, fate. Can I call you... There are many ways to be kinky, many of which make a lot more sense than doing something like that, especially since for some reason I read that as in there would be fish already in there. The fish don't need that. There are far more fun things you can do in this world, far more fun things you can experience in that vein. You don't need a fishbowl. Would you consider yourself to be religious? No, despite the upbringing. Would you consider yourself to be temperamental? In my early teens, especially just before early teens, pre-teens I guess, yes, massively so, because I found the world was unfair. But, no, not in the slightest now. My emotions are pretty rock solid. If you had to kill someone to save your own life, but you knew they didn't deserve it, would you? I have actually had this question somewhere else before, and I know the answer I came up with, so let's walk through this. We're both innocents here, and I've got a button which says kill the other person, the stranger, and I've got a button which says kill myself. I think it would be selfish to end myself. And I know it sounds weird and counterproductive and backwards, but here's the thing. I know for a fact, with me, I have loved ones who would grieve. I have pets and the future of my fiancée, who's a wonderful doctor and has such a good life ahead of her, and I think I can help her achieve her goals, and I'm so happy to be supporting her. If I suddenly vanished, that would throw everything into disarray. Who knows how she'll cope with the morning? We've been together for a very long time, and I love our relationship, and I'm close to my family, I'm close to my parents, I'm close to my friends. I know I would cause ripples of misery if I pressed end myself. The stranger, I don't know. Because you haven't gave me what this stranger is, I don't know. They could be a much better person than me. They could have contributed so much more, but they could also be a terrible person. It's a roll of the dice. And to roll that dice is unfair. Now, maybe that's all cope, because I don't want things to end, because I certainly don't. But yes, if I had the two buttons, I would save myself here, because I know for a fact I would be doing harm to end myself. And I want to live. I'm not going to be dishonest about that. Interesting. Would you sacrifice your own life for a complete stranger? Pretty much the same thinking as before. No, I wouldn't. Even more interesting. Would I risk my life for a stranger is a different question with more of a pondering, but would I sacrifice? No. Have you ever been inside a burning... Okay, so, yes, no. I've caused a fireball, which set off the sprinklers. I've melted a Bunsen burner, which set off the sprinklers. University loved me. I've been in a building where a room was on fire, and that was one of the first places I ever worked. And that wasn't me who did that. To be fair, it was a garish room, and I honestly kind of wish it was me. Oh, seriously, it was horrible. It was like purple wallpaper. It was... I don't know why it existed. I mean, a bright purple, like in your face, with the weirdest colours. I'm getting on a tangent. I hated that room. It burnt down. Not me. But I don't know if I consider that a burning building, because it was just the one room. It was contained and put out fairly quickly. But I guess, technically speaking, it was a burning building. The, you know, smoke alarms are going off, sprinklers, etc., etc. The firefighters had to come out, and we had to go outside to the fire point, so, yes. Have you ever been to a funeral? Far too many. If you could attend your own funeral before you died, would you take the opportunity to do so? Oh, no! I do not want to know how I'm seen after I die. Look, I'll be gone. I don't care, okay? So I don't want to know that, because that could taint my thoughts of things. I'm not someone who needs a legacy for when I'm gone. If you could, because I'm gone, if you could see into the future, but you were told that it would only reveal the absolute worst of what's in store for you, would you still look? Okay, so the pros of that is perhaps you could save yourself and change things. The cons of that is some things are unchangeable, and I've had a really bad health scare this year. Not to get into too many details, but I was convinced for a while that I may have had the big C. You know, the end bringer. And as someone who's lost people to that, I was absolutely terrified. I had to have a lot of blood tests, and the doctors thought I did have it, and then, thankfully, no. After all of that, no, I didn't have anything. And scans, etc. And if you do get something like that, what can you do about that? It's not that people believe you. I mean, I guess you could have the scan earlier. I'd still say no, though, because there are so many things which can happen to you, which you have no control over, and that would ruin the experience of life you have. Plus, knowing things changes things. So, no, maybe I'm a coward, but I don't want to know that. Maybe it's the wrong choice, honestly, but I wouldn't. I know the fact I wouldn't. If you had the power to stop time, would you use it to do something you know you shouldn't do? Okay, now I'm going to say yes here, but shut up. Not anything naughty, but I would want to go to restricted places. I would like to see the secrets of the world. I'd like to see what makes the government tick, etc. Yeah, I'd like to be able to do things which are impossible for an average citizen. Now, of course, when it says power to stop time, I'm assuming it means I still have free control here of myself, because that kind of logic. So yes, I would. If you had the power to remove one person from Earth, never to return again, would you use it? Yeah, there are plenty of people which bring misery and suffering into this world. It'd be amoral. It'd be immoral not to remove these people, especially if you know they're going to cause drastic harm. Oh look, Bob over there is about to kill 10 people. Oh, Bob has gone from Earth. Who was Bob? Maybe Bob had a reason for it, but no, Bob's gone. If I told you that I understand you better than you understand yourself, would you? No, I've had far too much therapy for that to be true. If someone threatened to kill you, would your first response be to react to violence? No, it'd be to get to safety. Get to safety, report it, figure out what's going on. It probably wouldn't be... Yeah, I'm not a violent person when it comes to first reactions, except for when people startle me. I mentioned this in the first one. I lash out. I don't know why, but I have hit people because they've tried to go boo, and I've smacked them in the face. But no. If a stranger stole money from you to support their drug addiction, would you forgive them if they apologised to you? If they gave me the money back, I certainly would. Look, drug addiction is... It is and can be one of the most devastating things in the world, and there are a myriad of reasons that people get sadly caught up in that. So, it would be difficult for me to forgive them, but certainly not within the realm of impossibility. So yes, it would... Yeah, I can. I could. Yes. If a family member said something nasty about you behind your back, would you confront them about it directly? Yes, my family are very direct about that type of thing. And again, this is where I take after my grandfather, my German grandfather. He was very upfront about things. He wouldn't say anything behind someone's back. He wouldn't say it to his face a million times beforehand. And I'm kind of the same. I'm not... I would like to say I'm not underhanded. But I'm also not super callous. This thing... I don't like the concept of... Oh, you know, I'm doing this just because I'm always honest about everything. So some things I wouldn't say, but... I think 99% of the time, I personally... Oh, that's not even the question. If someone said something behind my back, would I confront them? Yes. And I would hope that someone would do the same for me. If you had to eat raw squirrel brains for 3 days to stay alive, would you... Yes! To stay alive! I'm eating them brains. I'm getting the knowledge of the squirrel. If you woke up tomorrow and none of your family remembered who you are, would you choose to leave and start a new life? No. It would kill me leaving them. Even if it would be so much effort to try and stay around them and rekindle that relationship. No, I wouldn't. At least I wouldn't fully leave. My fiancé, my friends. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to leave. If a homeless man was clearly sick, freezing, utterly miserable in the rain, would you be willing to give him your clothes and walk home naked? I'm assuming this means I will save his life by doing this. Because looking at sick, I mean, I would try to help them, but I mean, if it's a choice between this person will die, but you have to go home naked, yeah, of course I'd go home naked. So yeah, and probably traumatize some people on the way. If someone accidentally hit you with their car, but you suffered no injuries whatsoever, would you still be upset? Yeah, I'd be upset with them. I'm not saying I'd lash out at them or even yell at them, but yeah, I'd be upset with them. You hit me with a car. I'll be honest, yes, it will upset me. Will I forgive them instantly? Oh my god, the rain. Oh, it's hailing right now. Sorry, I got very distracted by the 3 a.m. hail against my window. That is so loud. Yeah, I would be upset with them, but only moderately. Have you looked for any... Oh, no, I haven't. I haven't looked at anything, so I'm a dum-dum. I said it earlier, I completely forgot. You're a clever one. Why? Aye. Are you wondering if there's a deeper meaning to all these... No. Not really. Yam! Miracles happen every day. Do you agree? You. Okay, so M-U. Umbrellas aren't worth looking around, and you don't mind getting rained on. Do you agree? The hail right now say otherwise, but I can't stand looking around an umbrella. My fiance always has a brolly with her. My ex had a brolly with him as well. Anyway, the point is, no, I never have a brolly with me. So yeah, I don't want to be rained on. Mur. Calling it now. The word's gonna be murder. It's now M-U-R. Red is a prettier colour than pink. Do you agree? No. I love red. Red is one of my 2 favourite colours, but pink is prettier. No. Yeah, because red invokes more emotion in me. It's a colour I definitely prefer. Blood red, deep red is something I prefer, but pink is prettier. D. Yes, it's murder. It's murder. I'm calling it now. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag blowing in the wind? No. I don't really go with the flow. E. Next one will be R. Eating in front of people is always awkward. Do you agree? No. And rings. Murder. It was bloody murder all along. Rings used as ceremonial wedding gift. Rings used as a ceremonial wedding gift are so outdated. Do you agree? What do you mean by that? Do you mean as in, there's just wedding rings? You know, you put the ring on the finger, you're married, yay. Or, oh, I just realised there's like hands. Or, sorry, I'm looking at, there's like a person there. Or, do you mean like some kind of, okay, I don't know of rings being given as a gift. I mean, either way, I'm going to say no, because if that's a tradition that I'm not aware of somewhere, I don't think it's outdated. If it's the actual wedding ring that I'm used to, no, I like the concept of the wedding ring. Did you realise that the first letters of the last 6 questions, when combined, spells out the word murder? Yes. Do you know why that is? Well, to be honest, looking at your room, I could guess, but no. Does that make you slightly uncomfortable? Nah. Are you going to start paying closer attention to what you've got yourself into? No, probably not. Do you realise, okay, the hail is getting oh my god. This is making this legitimately very creepy now, because my audio is being blotted out by the hail. Do you realise it's too late to turn back now? I mean, I could just Alt F4. Oh, bloody hell, that got me again. Look, I'm in a dark room, okay? Do you hear someone in your room? No, I hear hail and only hail. Do you see the shadows closing in? No, it's just pure darkness. Do you feel like you're being watched? No. Did you look your... Yes, I looked around my room a moment ago. You got me there, Faye. Do you like long walks on the beach? Yes. Do you enjoy giving gifts to people? Yes. Have you ever felt like giving up on life? No. Do you love your family more than you love yourself? Yes. Do you have a best friend who's clearly better than the rest of your friends? I mean, I was with my fiancé. I was friends with my fiancé long before we were together, and I would still consider them my best friend, if as cheesy as it is. So yeah, sorry lads, but yeah. Do you think there's some kind of conspiracy behind the disease? Do you believe that you're human? Sadly, yes. If you could turn invisible, but you could never be visible ever again, once you've decided to use the power for the first time, would you ever use it? No. Wait. Yes. Here's my thinking. If you could turn invisible, that means I have the choice of whenever I could use this. So is there a circumstance where I do this? Yes. This is a get out of danger free card. If there is a circumstance where I was going to be killed or the end was coming for me and going invisible would save me or save a loved one, I would do it. But I could also choose to not do it and just go throughout my life and never use it. But yes, I would do it under circumstances. Haha, got you there, Fate. I now have the power to go invisible whenever I want. If you knew someone was about to rob a convenience store, but you knew they were doing it to feed their family, would you stop them? Probably not. If questioned about it later, I'd probably speak the truth, but I don't think I'd go out my way to stop them. But it also depends on how violent they're going to be. And oh, there's a lot. Okay, so I'm assuming non-violence, more using bluffs. People aren't going to be hurt by this, and the convenience store can get its money back through insurance. It could be like a chain store. Well, honestly, I care far less about that. No. No. If you were stranded on a remote island with a stranger and you were both starving to death, but you found a secret stash of food they didn't know about, would you share it with them? Yes, otherwise I'd go insane. I kind of wish I'd say no here because it increases my chance of survival, but yeah, I would. I know I would. If you could turn into an eagle for 1 year, but you wouldn't be able to turn back into a person, thought, well, oh no, I am not being a bird person, or a person bird, or a burb. If you had the opportunity to earn riches beyond your wildest dreams by fighting a grizzly bear to the death using nothing but a machete and an army helmet, would you do it? No, I wouldn't risk myself. Plus, I feel bad for the bear. Or myself, whoever loses. If you had to pick one basic food item to eat exclusively for an entire year, would you choose potatoes? Yes, for a basic food item. Yes, you can do... Okay, potatoes are so versatile. You can boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew, etc. Or have chips. There are so many... Or fries. There's so many things you can do with a potato. It's like one of the most versatile foods in the world. So, yes. Out of all the basic foods, yes. If pizza screamed in agony every time you bit into a piece, would you still continue to eat pizza? No, and also, again, lactose intolerant now. I don't eat that much pizza anyway. No, that would be trauma... But I could be the person who has screaming pizza. Okay. Here's the thing. I could make money from doing this. You get given a piece of pizza, it suddenly comes to life when you bite into it and only you. Yeah, I would. If your best friend got bit in the genitals by a highly venomous snake, and the only way was to save their life was to suck the venom out of their genitals, would you do it to save them? Close enough, friends. So, if I didn't do it, I'd be racked with guilt for the rest of my life. It would be a very uncomfortable moment for all involved, but I don't want them to die. I mean, you can't say no to this, right? I mean, how bad must your embarrassment be for this? Unless you have trauma about something like this in the past, in which case it's a far more valid thing. I'm not gonna let someone die. Okay, I'm not letting someone die because vastly uncomfortable, horrible thing. Yes. A little bit, yeah, because again, I'm very close to my friends, I don't want to think about that. Do you feel mortal? Sadly, yes. Do you enjoy loud music? Yes. Do you feel awkward when you dance in front of others? No, because I never... Okay, I know it's a bit of a cop-out of an answer, but no, because I never do. Do you suffer from an anxiety order? No, actually, okay, so I used to have panic attacks in my teens, and like a couple of years ago, they kind of came back briefly, but no, I don't know why I had the panic attacks, but that's kind of like the only thing I've really had, but no, in general, no. Do you ever feel depressed? I'm not depressed, but do you feel depressed? There's the thing. Feeling depressed could... This is a time where depressed could be a thing for just feeling down for a short while. Not that, okay, I'm not one of those people saying depression is just feeling sad, because it can be a whole other thing. But yeah, I've had rough periods and down periods. You're not alone. Do you feel relaxed? Yes, right now. That was a weird kind of break then. Do you feel like you have a guardian angel watching over you? If I do, they're doing a crap job. Have you ever heard your name being called? Yes, I've definitely had that kind of thing where I've heard someone say my name and I've had to listen out for it. I'm going to take special note of that one. Do you always look both ways before crossing the road? Yes. I was almost hit by a car a few years back because of someone going the wrong bloody way. Almost swore there. the wrong way on the road, and ever since then, always look both ways. I mean, I also was almost hit by a drunk cyclist, who then grabbed my hoodie for support, and I kicked him off his bike. That was many years ago at this point. But yeah, always look both ways. Also, drunk cyclists. I've had so many run-ins with that particular group of people. I don't know why. Are they drawn to me? But yes, I always look both ways. Do you wash your hands every day? Yes. Do you feel uncomfortable using public restrooms? Yes, I hate public restrooms. It's the hygiene thing, really, more than anything. Is winter your favourite? Yes, I love winter. Do you know anyone named Josh? No, actually. I mean, no one I know personally. Obviously, there's famous people, but no, I don't know anyone named Josh personally in my circle. Are you wondering why the last question is relevant? Yeah, actually. Why Josh? Are you allergic to any animals? No, thankfully. Have you ever thought about being an animal in a... Oh, no, that's not my thing. That's really not my thing. Have you ever been in love? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be artistic? No. Would you consider yourself to be dominant and dad-style? Yes. I do lead my life, and to be honest, and I don't mean this... Okay, this is gonna almost come across as somewhat negative. In day-to-day life, I would say out of me and my fiancé, I'm the one who kind of plans what we're doing. For the majority of things, I'm the one who leads the charge. And that's kind of always been the way with me and people I'm with. So, yes. If you mean it in that way. If you mean it in a kinky way. Do you feel that you've got too much time on your hands? No, I wish I had more time on my hands. Can you be easily intimidated by others? No. I really can't. Are you easily excitable? Yes. Oh, yes, no. I don't know. My mood kind of swings a bit slowly, but yeah, I can be hyped up to do something. Do you enjoy solving complex problems? No. Do you have a difficult time relaxing? No. Would you consider yourself to be high maintenance? No, I am the least... Okay. I am someone who always has to kind of keep themselves busy unless they're... Okay, I know I just answered, is it easy for you to relax? And now I'm saying this. But I'm not high maintenance because anything I want done for me, I do for myself. So, and I'm always busy doing something, so no. Do you trust easily? No, I don't. To be perfectly honest, I don't. Would you consider yourself to be an honest person? I try my best. Have you ever told a lie? Yes. Have you ever lied to your best friend? Yes. Have you ever lied to your family? Yes. Have you lied about any answers during a session? No, I can safely say no. I've answered everything so far to the best of my ability. Are you wondering why all of these questions have to do with lying? Kind of. This is all very useful information. He lied. Are you a people pleaser? We've been over this earlier, and I've came to the horrible conclusion throughout this that, yeah, I kind of am. Do you enjoy being the centre of attention? In really limited amounts, yes. Okay, I don't know how I answered this in the previous one, so I think I might contradict myself here, which kind of is the point of some of their statements. See, this all depends. I don't like being the centre of attention all the time. In fact, I like to be in the shadow. In the shadows? What? I'm a sneaky assassin some way. I like to be in the shadows on the outskirts of society. No, in short bursts, yeah. Do you feel like you've got a good sense of humour? I've got a very dry sense of humour. I've got a dark and dry sense of humour in general, but I'm going to say yes to like that. Do you frighten easily? No. Do you too? You okay, Fate? Oh. Und? Oh, that was up. I wonder what that was about. It's going to be a jump soon, I'm guaranteeing. That's probably a pretty good place for us to stop the simple segment of our questionnaire. Okay, and move on to more gritty questions. This next set of questions will not be yes or no answers. The next portion of our session will be filled with various scenarios, put you smack dab in the middle of vital choice making. We'll see how well you handle your options as you delve deep into each scenario. Remember, the key to all of this is to answer honestly. Let's get started. Ooh, new music. You're alone, it's dark, and it's storming outside. All of a sudden, there's a knock at your bedroom door. There's someone in your house. What do you do at your bedroom door? Grab the closest item that can be used as a weapon. Ignore the knocking and hope it goes... Oh, I like these, by the way. Multiple choice one. Asks who is it and wait. Boldly open the door to reveal what's on the other side. Oh, grab the closest... Okay, it's a mix of top and bottom. I sleep next to a weapon, so... Yeah, I'd grab... Okay, so, for reference, I have a baseball bat, and I also have a knife. Which I know Markiplier does... Why is it so Markiplier-centric in my head at the moment? Grab the closest... Yeah, I have knives in the house. I like knives. Also have my air rifle still. Up until recently, I had my rifle. So, it'd definitely be grab the closest weapon, but I'd also go for it, because I want the upper hand. I'm not waiting for them to come to me. So, grab the closest item that can be used as a weapon. Very interesting choice. You meet a homeless woman on the street. She asks you for money. You find it within yourself to give her all of your spare change you have. Just as you do it, a homeless man approaches, asking if you could spare some change. What do? Tell the man you've got no change left to offer. Tell the homeless woman to share with the man. Tell the homeless man to ask the woman for some change. Tell the homeless man that you'll get some more from somewhere. I'll just tell him... I would just tell him I didn't have any money left on offer. You don't know the mental state of this person, because you don't know the mental state of any stranger, and I wouldn't direct them to the woman. That's the thing, because you're telling the man that woman has money. They're also homeless. You don't know what kind of vulnerable state they're in. You just go with the neutral option. Just be honest. You don't have change. Leave the situation. Really now. Both your mother and your father fall incredibly ill to a life-threatening disease, and there's only enough medicine and facilities to save one of your parents. And time's of the essence, what do? Oh, no. Medical treatment for father, medical treatment for mother. Split the medication between the two. Okay, I know what they're like. They would want this option. They have been together for... Oh my god, they got together. This is the honest truth. They're now just about to hit their 60s. They've been together since they were 12. They are not allowing me to give one of them the medication. That doesn't surprise me. You find a case of... Because this thing, I would ask them their opinion, and I know what they would say. They would both try and give it to each other and end up splitting it. You find a... I've got lovely parents, just been out there. You find a case of money tucked away inside a dumpster. Inside, there's 10 solid gold bars and a vial of mysterious liquid. Under the vial, there's a note that says, the cure for cancer. What do you do? Okay, I don't like saying that word just because it can be demonetized, etc. Turn the case into a professional entity so they can utilize it. Keep the gold bars, but give away the cure. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, honestly, I know what I'd do. I'd keep the bars. That's life-changing money there. And giving it to the authorities, etc., that could just be used as evidence for a very long time or go to the government. And at the moment in the UK, the government is, they're not getting my gold bars. Keep the gold bars, but give away the cure. Yeah. Okay. I don't like just the term giveaway, but I'm assuming that's to a professional entity. Yeah, give away the cure, obviously, but I'm taking the gold. I mean, I don't want to profit from that. I want that to be used for good, but I'm taking the gold. What a wasted opportunity. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't judge. Oh, don't worry, mate. I'm judging you all the same. Although my first instinct today was to call you handsome, so that tells a bit about myself, apparently. You're stuck alone inside of your house. And you're starving to death. You've completely run out of food and no one is coming to save you for weeks. The only potential source of food around you is your family pets. What do you do? Attempt to cut meat from your pets, then treat their wounds. Let my pets eat me so they can survive. Continue to starve. I mean, if I might die. We're having roasted tarantula. A nice tortoise bisque. Gecko roasties. I'm sorry, but as much as I love my animals, and that would absolutely kill me inside, as much as I jest, multiple of my animals are edible. I know for that, and in a horrible way. Some of them are poisonous, so the toads get to survive, because I know for a fact they're poisonous to me. But I wouldn't put my life underneath theirs. Especially since at the moment, again, I don't have a dog. Oh, I gotta find a dog. I'm a dog person, as you can probably tell, and I'm so close to my dog back in England. That becomes more of an issue, but at the moment, I would never put my life underneath the pets, because Yeah, I can only imagine what my loved ones would think of me if I did that. I'd hate it. I'd cry so much, but yeah. Why am I not surprised? Your neighbour's home is on fire, a blazing inferno among smoke emits from the windows. You hear screams for help coming from within, but you can only see you can't see past the flames. No one is around in sight. What do you do? Call the fire department and keep my distance. Start shouting for help and searching for someone nearby. Run into the building and try to rescue anyone you can. Walk away. There's nothing you can do. Call the fire department. I'm sorry, but I would die if I went in there. The odds of someone like me, so inexperienced, of saving anyone, that's just adding fuel for the fire. I didn't even mean that. That's a weird thing to say. Yeah, call the fire department. I'd also probably shout for help as well. Just if anyone else know what to do. And if I had a fire extinguisher, which I do, I'd try and help with that if I could, but I wouldn't go in. No. I like that. Thank you, Fame. You're fast asleep in your bed when you're awoken by what sounds like a woman's muffled cries from somewhere in your room. You quickly realise it's coming from under your bed. What do you do? Well, my bed's on the floor because I like sleeping on the floor, so that's interesting because apparently they're in the floorboards. I've got no space underneath the bed is what I'm saying. Immediately look under bed, hide under your covers and wait patiently, verbally call out and ask for help, jump out of... No, I'd leave the room and assess the situation. It seems cowardly almost, but no, I wouldn't stay in the room. Because something's wrong there. Because of the geometry of my room, that's wrong. I'm not saying I'd like leave the house or even leave the room by far, but I'd be in the doorway looking in. I'd like to be able to assess the room. A man in a fancy suit approaches you while you're walking down the street. He pulls a watch from his pocket and hands it to you. He claims that when the watch stops ticking, it marks the moment your time runs out on this earth. What do you do? I mean, it ends when I end then, so I'm ending anyway. Take the watch and thank him for the gift. Decline the offer of the watch and keep walking. Tell him that he needs professional help and to keep his distance. Tell him you've already got 3 of them as a toy in your last Happy Meal. You know what? I'll keep it just for the story. But saying that, I wouldn't want an item from a stranger, but I know what I'm like. I would take it as a story. I just don't think I'd get much use out of it, because again, if it stops when I die anyway. You're sitting at home playing a game on your PC when all of a sudden someone grips and squeezes your shoulder from behind. What do you do? My fiance has done that to me so many times. Immediately jump and turn around, scream and stay still in terror, spin around. Tell him to squeeze harder, you could... Yeah. The last one, honestly. You're sitting in the bathtub, trying to relax, and a hand emerges from the water. What do you do? Jump out of the bathtub and run as fast as you can. Kick the hand and try to keep it away from you. Give it a firm handshake, maybe even a solid fist bump. Push it underwater and hope you get some... No, I'm jumping out. I'm sorry. I'm not that desperate for the... I don't need the bath hand. Clever. No, I'm getting out of there. You get out of bed and immediately fall down into a deep dark hole. A man is standing above you looking down, telling you to put lotion on your skin while he watches. Scream for help, start slathering yourself in lotion. Tell him you've got very sensitive skin and allergies. Ask if he'll come down and help you apply the lotion. Okay, this is going to sound dumb and I'm not kidding here. Ask if he'll come down and help apply the lotion. And try to fight him. Because it seems like the scream probably won't help where you are. Doing what he says is only going to encourage him. That's just a joke and is going to get him mad. This has the very slim possibility of leading to an escape. Right? So, that's what I'll do logically. Perhaps I'll be in a state of terror and do the second, but yeah. It sounds like a joke answer, but yeah, ask if he'll help. Hopefully that's his thing, and then if he comes down there, destroy him. At least try to, I'll probably lose, but you know, I'm not going to go down without a fight. See, that's something I've always thought of, though. I hate the concept of not going down without a fight. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but in my head, I hate the concept of it. I don't know how much of a coward I'd actually be in these situations, and it's all obviously a fantasy in your head, but I would like to try and go down swinging, you know? You're sitting at home, alone, and all of a sudden the door slams shut. You see it before your eyes, your very eyes, and you know no one is home. And it could have been a gust of wind. What do you do? Oh, that happens all the time. I live in a listed building. It's a small place, but the wind here is dreadful because we have old school windows. I'll probably watch the door. Yes, they probably still watch the door. Jump up, try and climb out the window, run over the door and open it. Oh, my door, though. Oh, you see, that's a little bit different because my door wouldn't be able to do that. That's the thing. My door is down the hall for this recording room, and again, weapon, try to figure out what's going on. So it's either A or B. I'll probably do A for a while, and then B after a while after I've tried to listen, so I like that. Someone you've known for many years but have no attraction to tells you they've had a massive crush on you for a long time. What do? Ask them out on a date, tell them you're flattered but not interested, tell them you feel like dating would ruin your friendship, ask them if you want to be friends benefit. Flattered, not interested. I'm in a healthy relationship. But I would be flattered. Ah, so you're one of those types. Your dog starts randomly barking into the darkest corner of your living room. There doesn't appear to be anything, but your dog insists of escalating to growls. Oh, my dog's going blind at the moment because of age. She's got cataracts. She's always done this. Okay, hunting dog. She is so alert to sounds, etc. She has many times done something similar to this. That's the funny thing. My dog never barks except for when she's after something. Like she never bark at a person. She wouldn't bark at the door, etc. But she was a working dog for a number of years, and that's kind of her thing. So she would. Oh, I'm saying thang so much. Ugh, it doesn't sound good. Try to calm down. Yeah, try and calm down. Stand and stare at the corner to see if anything moves. Walk up the corner, extend your hand to feel for anything. Walk out the. No, I'd just try and calm the dog. I'm taking note of that. You see a massive spider in your room the size of your hand. Size of your hand! Grab something bigger to smash it. Well, I guess we're moving out now. Burn the entire house down and sailing away to south. Try and capture it to be life science. True story. I once saw a massive false widow in our house. It was a noble false widow. I captured it and kept it as a pet for a number of years. It laid an egg sac, because apparently it must have been mated beforehand, and I have its daughter, still as a pet. The pet's name is Scara. So I'm capturing it. Maybe it's a little bit weird. I feed it crickets and waxworms. It's my little venom baby. Okay, yeah, I'm weird, okay? Your closest family member I also had black widow spiders at one point, so yeah. Your closest family member tells you they're a serial killer. What do? Tell them you don't want any more details. Turn them into the authorities. Ask them for information, so stay out of trouble. Try and convince them they need help. Okay. So it's going to be 4 then 2. 4, I want them to turn themselves in. If not, I'm turning them in. Ending a life is inexcusable. And here's the thing, that knowledge would taint my feelings towards them and every interaction I've had with them. So convince them that if they seek help and turn themselves in anything else, I wouldn't break ties with them. I know that. I would be wary about them, and maybe our relationship would never be the same again, and I'd probably never fully forgive them for what they've done, but, you know, maybe they're mentally unwell, and so many other things, because I know my loved ones, and if one of those, anyone did that, yeah, try and convince them they need help. I see. If you found out you only had 1 day left to live, what would you do? Tell everyone that I loved them, and to be happy, not sad. Do something insane and crazy, anything goes. Not to tell anyone, just act as if nothing had changed. Spend my time on my own, away from others. Tell everyone I love them. And to be happy, not sad. Try and put my affairs in order. Set up people to help with my affairs after I've gone, since obviously I'm gone. I wouldn't be able to stay on my own, and I'm not someone who I think would go insane and crazy. I think I'd just spend the day in a dizzying haze of emotion. Alright then. If one of your pets started speaking to you and told you that they've got a dire warning that they're going to die, that you were going to die if you didn't let them eat all of the ice cream in the freezer, what would you do? Go lie down, I'm obviously way too high for this. Can't say I've ever had talking animals when I've been drunk. Give them all the ice cream that they can handle. Don't give them ice cream. You're not going to fall for that one. Assure them you'll protect them. They went, if I was completely sober from legal alcohol-y substances, I mean, if I was definitely sure that I was completely sober, I would probably give them the ice cream, because it would be weird to see any of my animals eat ice cream. Hope they like lactose-free ice cream. Oh, lovely. If all of a sudden you could start hearing other people's thoughts and the person next to you is thinking about mugging you and stealing your money, what would you do? Take preemptive action and beat them up first. Okay, here's the thing. Everyone has dark, passing thoughts. What's it called? The call to the void? When you're like standing on a cliff and thinking, I could just jump down now. I could throw my phone down now. Is it call to the void? Whatever it's called. You have dark thoughts. And fantasies. Everyone has them. It's part of being human. You explore situations in your head. I would just get away with them as quickly as possible just in case, but I don't think I'd do any of the others. Oh, tell them you don't think mugging you is a good idea. That would break their mind. Ignore it. You know what? I'd do that because even if I'm hallucinating, I just come across as a weird person and we get on with the day. If I'm not, I break them. That sounds reasonable. Your best friend comes to you and tells you they've just accidentally killed someone and don't want to go to prison. What do you do? Same as one before. Try and convince them to turn themselves in. I don't need to read the rest. I know exactly what it is. Tell them whatever that they're on their own, but you won't rat them out, help them hide. No, convince them to turn themselves in. Ah. You're driving in your car and you accidentally run someone over. You're pretty sure that they're going to be okay. But the fact that their head is clearly detached from their body suggests that it's probably just wishful thinking. I mean, it's accidentally. Call your best friend and tell them you don't go to prison. Turn yourself in. I'd have to, because that would destroy me. And just hope that it was truly accidental, there's nothing you could have done, and you don't. Yeah, just get the minimum. I'm watching you. I'm watching you too, mate. Interesting how that played out. I think it's time we moved on to the next portion of our test. The following questions that shall be asked of you are, would you rather... Oh, I hate would you rather style questions, but okay. Imagine you've got a gun to your head and you absolutely have to choose an answer. Yep, we get how it works. No matter how uncomfortable it may be. Oh, you're going to do a really horrible one, aren't you? I'm not looking forward to this. Would you be loved by all, or feared by all? Loved by all, definitely. Would you rather never get angry or never get jealous? I think anger can be a healthy emotion. I think it's a necessary emotion in life. Jealousy, a bit less so. Although, once again, both of them can drive you. That's the thing. Both of them can be driving factors in your development as a person. So, I would hate either of these, but jealousy to be removed. Would you rather be held in high regard by your parents or by your friends? It depends what you mean. I think I'm held in decent regard by both, but parents mean more to me than my friends. Oh, but my friend... The parents will... Okay, here's my logic. Parents will always love you, at least I hope they will. Depending on parents, there are some bad parents out there. And my father is a difficult person to please anyway. That makes him sound a bit more callous than he actually is. He's a lovely person, he's just very difficult to make happy. Very callous person. Lovely person, love him to bits, great father, but yeah. Probably my friends, because I feel like my parents I can work towards a bit easier. I think I'll have an easier time. My friends are... I've got a lot of really accomplished friends. Let's say that. Again, my fiance's got a doctorate and everything now. I'm so proud of her. Would you... Again, I count that as a friend. Would you rather live in space or live under the sea? Ooh, under the sea. I feel like I'm in the minority there, but I love the idea of an underwater complex and like the windows looking out. It's just divine. Would you rather donate your body to science or donate your organs to people who need them? Fair. I've needed body parts for science based on my history, but also... Okay, so I am an organ donor. And actually, I am donating my brain to science already. That's currently how I've set it up. Though oh, actually, I need to update that. I'm not sure if that still carries. Things have changed. Okay, so the vast majority of people who need them... Oh, but science, you can cure disease. It's so important. But people who need them... Would you rather go to jail for 5 years for something you didn't do, or get away with something horrible you did, but always live in fear for being caught? Oh, fear of being caught. Going to jail for 5 years for something I didn't do, and the fact that can happen to people is just horrifying. It's such an atrocity. But no, I'd rather live in fear. Yeah, the 5 years... No, I thought this would be quite a splitting question, but for me, going to jail for something I didn't do would break my perception of things too much. Would you rather work a horrible job that you hate, but retire comfortably in 10... Oh, I'm young. That's a lot of life left. Or would you rather have your dream job, but... Oh, I do have my dream job. Oh, I love YouTube. But I don't want to work forever, and the thing is, I don't see myself being a YouTuber forever. At some point, I'm probably going to go back into academia or the sciences in general, or lab work. Hopefully not for many, many years. I love... This is a dream job. It's not the job I intended to get, but I adore it to bits, and thank you all so much for being here on my journey with it. But damn, 10 years' time, that is... And it's also retire comfortably. Oh, I can help out my partner, I can do so much... No, man, retire in 10 years, definitely. Would you rather every shirt you'll ever wear be somewhat itchy, or only be able to use one-ply toilet paper? That would drive me mad. Plus, you can always... I mean, you can always just fold toilet paper, and I've worked in loads of places where they basically don't get particularly good paper. No, one-ply. Would you rather have skin that changes colours depending on your mood, or have tattoos that appear on your body that depict what you did yesterday? Oh, appearing tattoo. As long as they're not too invasive on my whole body. Again, see part 1 for this. I'm not the biggest fan of tattoos in general. I don't care if people have them, obviously. Just personally, on myself, I wouldn't really particularly want one. No, the tattoos, again, as long as they're not too invasive. But the skin one sounds like it's all of your skin. No, appearing tattoos. Would you rather... Would you rather poop every time you finish, or finish every time you see a dog? Oh god, the second one's going to be in public, so let's go with the first one, thank you. So this is going to be the only content warning bit in the actual video. This is Future Lathix, just saying if you want to skip one which is a bit more... Well, it made me feel a little bit uncomfortable. There is a time code in the description and in the comments and on the screen right now if you would like to just skip past it. It's not that bad, but it made Lathrix a bit... ugh. If your partner switched bodies with one of your parents and the only way to get them to switch back was to... do that with one of them, would you rather have that with your partner in your parents' body? Oh! Or with your... Oh, no, bad, both so horrific. Thank God it's not a real question. Just answer the question. Oh. Okay, okay, I'm gonna try and logic this, okay? I'm just gonna detach myself from reality for a second. What's gonna cause the least amount of pain? Okay, so... If the first one is gonna traumatize me, traumatize my parents, my partner is left out of it. Second one will traumatize me, will not traumatize my partner probably, because although they're in the body, it's easy to detach yourself from the body you're in. You can always look away. You can always... Oh. No, they're both so grotesque. I hate these kinds of questions. This is when it becomes squeamish for me. I'm bad at this kind of stuff. Okay, completely logical, detached. This hurts 2 people, this hurts 1 person, and obviously it's not going to be good for my partner, but it's less problematic. My parent gets out of it. See, here's the thing as well. The first one, you're never going to have the same relationship with your parents again after this. That's going to scar both of you forever. This one is only going to scar you. Oh, fate. You're lucky I can't get my hands on you right now. I think you've answered enough of these types of questions, and I'm sure you'd agree. We're going to end the test with a short series of final questions, giving simple answers. I don't even know if that one question I'm going to leave in the video, honestly, because that's blech. Out of the following options, which number do you like the most? 7, 11, 3. Out of the following options, which colour resonates with you best at this exact moment? Ugh, right, that's still red. Out of the following options, which creatures are you least comfortable around? Oh, I'm okay with all of these. Probably scorpions. Spiders, I'm obviously absolutely fine with. Snakes, I'm absolutely fine with. Dogs, I adore. Scorpions can be... I mean, I had a scorpion... I mean, probably scorpions. Sadly, one of my scorpions passed away recently. Butch, the Asian forest scorpion, lived to be 8 years old. A lovely scorpion. Well, minimum of 8. Never killed an animal in his life. He would refuse live food. He was such a sweetie, and you could just hold him, you could just pick him up. Didn't care. But in general, scorpions, I guess. Out of the following options, which flavour is your favourite? Ooh, chocolate, vanilla, peanut butter or chocolate? Probably chocolate. I'm more in the mood for chocolate more often, but I don't really have a sweet tooth. There's the thing. But chocolate. Out of the following options, which you personally value the most? Family, freedom, money, friends, family. And now I get to cheat and say that my partner's family, but yeah, family. I mean, money's important, but family, yeah. Out of the following options, which could you live most... Oh, so which could you most live without? Family, friends, money, or freedom? Oh, damn. It's money or freedom. I need my friends and my family, I do. Oh, but saying that... Oh, I love my friends, but... Having family, money, and freedom is so important. Because money allows you to do the things that you do. As long as we live in the society we do, money is important. It just is. It has diminishing returns after a certain point, and money isn't everything, but it is important to do what you want. Because what's the point of all the freedom in the world if you can't do anything? And what's the point of money without freedom? I feel like these two are so linked, honestly. Well, it depends what you mean by freedom. If the regime allows you to do things with money and choice, okay, it has to be friends. I hate losing any of these, but it has to be friends. Out of the following options, which statement is the most accurate? I'm brave, I'm caring, I'm smart, I'm attractive. I don't consider myself particularly intelligent. I consider myself average. I really don't consider myself particularly attractive. I am caring, and honestly, I would consider myself brave. To be perfectly honest, I put myself out there, I do what I want. I mean, I started this channel literally because my speech impediment was getting so bad it was embarrassing me. I thought, screw it, I'm good. I've only just noticed the help in the background. I wanted to get better, as embarrassing as that can be. But I think I'm probably more caring than brave. I'm an emotional being, you know? I'm caring. Out of the following options, which are you most afraid of? Living forever, losing my loved ones, dying alone, dying immediately after this is finished. I wouldn't want to live forever. Losing my loved one. Oh. See, dying alone and losing my loved ones are very closely linked, but losing my loved ones. We're almost finished, but I've got one final question for you. Have you ever punched a nun? No, I still haven't. You really ought to try it sometimes. It can really take the edge off. Alright, we're done here. I'm through with you. I'm just going to calculate your results very carefully. I don't want to miss anything important. Trying my absolute hardest not to judge you right now. Trying to keep this as professional as possible. Aha, here we go. Based on what you've told me, I've come to a conclusion that I personally believe would be in your best interest to acknowledge, set in motion, and accomplish in order to climb the ladder to happiness in your life. Ooh, music. First and foremost, I'd like to start with a blanket statement that everyone truly needs to hear. Something that is taken for granted far more than anything else in life. Something that has an incredible, unique, irreplaceable value compared to any... It's going to be time, I guarantee. And that, my friends, is the value of time. I knew it. Based on a lot of questions you're asking, I knew it. Time is the most valuable form of currency you will ever hold in life. You can spend time on anyone, doing anything, for any reason. Now, time can be spent, time can be wasted, time can be taken away. But time can never be refunded. Time can never be earned back. And more time can never be gained. Imagine a bank account with all the money you'll ever get to spend in life. Now imagine not knowing how much money is in that account. Imagine going to the store one day to purchase something you really need, but the cashier tells you, I'm sorry, you cannot afford that. As a matter of fact, you can never afford anything ever again. I quite like that. That's a nice way of putting it. Yeah, I do actually like that. We only have so much time, and we have no idea how much or how little we truly have before our bank accounts run dry. Random side note, again, I think I've been a bit jumpy at the moment, with my attention, but I find this font very easy to read as a dyslexic person. Just That's the thing. And the fact that we get to decide and choose that what we spend our time on just shows how truly special it is when someone spends that time on you. And of course, naturally, I then mess up the next line. Still dyslexic. So, now that we understand the incredible value of time, I'd like to make a suggestion for you personally on how I think you'd be best spending your time in order to achieve what you need most at this current stage in your life. Let's see here. So this will be my personalised one then. Well, personalised. Alright, listen. You really need to spend more time focusing on doing things for yourself. You've got to start taking into account that you cannot pour from an empty cup, and if people keep wanting your energy, you need to take time to replenish it. You have such a big heart and such a bright soul, and because of this, people would benefit greatly from getting to know you, or having more of you. They can't handle more of me! But you need to take twice as much time making yourself happy as you do attempting to make other people happy. I don't agree with that. Otherwise, you're going to let people make you miserable. It is not your responsibility to save the world, but it doesn't mean that you can't save one person at a time. But you need to start by saving yourself, because you're no good to anyone else completely drained of what makes you, you. My advice to you is that you spend a lot more time focusing on things that make you feel relaxed, that make you feel happy, and less time saying yes to people that demand too much of your energy. See, I don't think I have people who demand it, though. I give. I try to give. I do my best. It's okay to be selfish, because at the end of the day, if you aren't going to take care of you, then who is? My pet tortoise. Lipton gives me everything I need. I think you'd be very surprised just how much of a positive impact that this can have on your life going forwards. I hope this information helps you achieve your goals. Your secret word is self-care. Remember that word. This will come in handy. You know, after that one question though, you can't try and be emotional at the end. I think what I'm going to have to do is put a bloody warning so that pops up. Take the secret word that was assigned to you at the end of your session and leave it in a comment for us. We will be selecting some of you based on your answers to be included in a future project you're currently working on. If you left your secret word for us on the test or the horoscope, we've read your feedback and it's helped us to construct this project, as well as the third installment of the test we're currently developing. Oh wait, is the third one out? I have to check. This is an opportunity for you to be part of history. This is a chance for you to be part of something greater, as all sounds before. If you do not wish to be part of the upcoming project, simply leave your secret word out of it. Thank you for taking the time to answer these questions. I know they've been of some help to you, and if they aren't yet, it will all make sense very soon. One more thing. We greatly appreciate your feedback and support. We've read every single review and comment left for us. We love the conspiracy theories behind all the greater meaning of this. Okay, I'm looking forward to the third one. Tell me if you want me to watch the third one. We look forward to reading... I just said no one's figured it out yet, sorry I didn't read it out loud. We look forward to reading your thoughts and feelings as it helps shape what we do as we work on the future projects to bring... Okay. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for everything you do. Thank you for playing, and thank you for contributing your secret words to our projects. If you wish to support us further, we would love it if you check out our other titles on the other game section of the title screen. Well, there we go. Despite the one question, which made me kind of unironically squirm and cringe, I enjoyed that once again. Feel free to check out the other game. So, sorry, the people who support. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm now going to go and get some sleep. I'm probably going to put a warning for that one question. I really do hope you've enjoyed, because I really do love doing these kind of one-offs and just random things. I'll probably be checking out the third one if it's out yet, so tell me if you'd like to see that. And as always, if you have enjoyed today's video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that time is something you wish you had more of, but can never get. Thank you, and goodbye.